Let's go over another example. So let's see. So we're going to write this fraction in form of partial fractions. Here we have x minus 2 divided by, I have x squared plus 4x plus 3. Okay, let's follow the steps, right? What are we going to do? First, we're going to write the denominator in factors form. So this becomes, we're going to keep our numerator, x minus 2. On the denominator, we're looking for two numbers. Their product is 3 and their sum is 4. Two numbers. If you multiply them, you get 3. If you add them, you get 4. So of course, they are 3 and 1. Now, you're going to break this fraction down, or you're going to split this fraction since you have a quadratic expression on the denominator as the sum of two fractions. The very first fraction has one of these linear factors on its denominator, x plus 3. The second guy has another factor, x plus 1. What's the numerator? Well, I have no idea. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use some random letters like A and B, C and D, anything that you like, alpha and beta. A and B. Then I'm going to use the system of equations and try to find the values for A and B. What are they? I have no idea. I need to take the common denominators between these two and set it equals to the original fraction. The denominators are the same. The numerators must be the same. So let us combine these two fractions with missing numerators. This is the technique that we're going to use. So the very first fraction, if you want to take common denominator, is A times x plus 1 divided by x plus 3 times x plus 1 plus B times x plus 3 divided by x plus 1 times x plus 3. Now, if you take the common denominator between these two, this guy becomes, well, one long division bar, x plus 3 times x plus 1. You get A times x plus 1 plus B times x plus 3. Okay, it wasn't that hard. What's the next step? In the next step, I'm going to set these two fractions equal to each other. They are originally all equal. So if you copy down x minus 2 divided by x squared plus 4x plus 3, these denominators are the same. If you multiply these two factors, it is the same as this quadratic expression. They are equal to each other. The denominators are the same. The numerators must be the same. So x minus 2 must be A times x plus 1 plus B times x plus 3 times x plus 3. There we go. So then what? So I have x, I have constant on the other side. I have x and I have some constants on the right-hand side. I need to set them equal to each other. Before doing that, distribute A into parentheses, distribute B into parentheses. I get x minus 2 equals to ax plus A plus bx plus 3b. Well, now take a look at this. X is equal to ax plus bx. Well, it wasn't that difficult. X is ax plus bx. So far, I'm good. I just set these equal to each other. But it doesn't help me to solve this because I have two missing values here. If I cancel out x values, I end up with 1 equals to a plus b. What about this guy here? Let's see if we can get help from the constants. -2 is a plus 3b. Well, I have -2 equals to a plus 3b. Okay, so now set your system of equations the way that you only have a and b's. The very first equation says, hey, 1 is equal to a plus b. And the second equation says, hey, -2 is a plus 3b. Okay, so if I add these two lines, it doesn't cancel out any of A's and B's. What you can do, you can multiply the first equation by -1. This guy becomes -1 equals to -a minus b. -a minus b. Copy down your second equation as it is. -2 is a plus 3b. Very well. Take a look. If I add a and minus a, it's going to be 0. So -3 is equal to 3b minus b is 2b. A. If I divide by 2, I get my b isolated on one side. My b becomes -3/2. -3/2. Okay, I found my b. Quickly write it down here. My b is -3/2. What about a? Well, I can just plug that in here and find my a. It's not that difficult. So I'm going to plug in b in the first equation and solve for a. 1 is a minus 3/2. A minus 3/2. So if I add 3/2 to both sides, we can isolate a on one side. Add 3/2 to both sides, a becomes 1 plus 3/2. So a is equal to 2/2 plus 3/2, or a becomes 5/2. So I found the missing values. 5/2. One of them is -3/2, my b, and my a is 5/2.